Hey, this is Corey from Reliance. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a battery charger. Now, I know battery chargers don't seem that fun, but I actually think I have it. It's a blue battery. I had a 8-pack of 18650s. Yep. They were called Ultra Fire batteries, and so I had an 8-pack, and I have multiple different chargers. Battery chargers, but slowly but surely each one of them stopped charging. The charger wouldn't charge the batteries anymore, and I was slowly just throwing them all away until I got to my last one, right? And when you buy rechargeable batteries, you really don't want to be throwing them away. They're very expensive, and so to just be throwing them away is a big waste of money. And yes, I didn't pay a lot for these were very budget-friendly option, but still, I don't want to be throwing away batteries. And so I bought the Xtar VC4 Plus. And my idea was that I was going to buy this. I was going to put this battery inside of it. If it did not charge it, I was going to return it. Well, 6 months later, and I still own it because it revived my battery. It revived my 18650 batteries. And not only that, but it's been keeping all of my batteries running for a very long time. And I really, for that alone, it's worth the money. I've invested a lot in rechargeable batteries. These are just my extra AA batteries. These are my extra AAA batteries. I have a lot of 18650 batteries. They're in different flashlights. All my flashlights have batteries inside of them. Everything in my house runs on rechargeable batteries. Everything inside this house either has the batteries that came with the product in them or rechargeable batteries. And as soon as the battery that came with the products die, I'm going to swap them out with rechargeable batteries. So everything in here is rechargeable. And so having a device that can keep those batteries healthy and maintain them so that they can last as long as possible, highly worth the money. Like I said, I think I paid a little less than $35 for this, and the money that it has saved me taking care of my batteries, it has definitely paid for itself. The other thing is there's so much information that this gives you. To be completely honest, I don't understand what that information is. It'll tell you the internal resistance, it'll tell you the voltage, it'll tell you the milliamp hours, it'll tell you how much milliamp hours it's putting into the battery. It'll tell you, there's just a ton of information inside of here. The other thing that it can do is there is a store mode. And so what it does is it neutralizes the voltage of the battery so that you can store them over time. Again, I don't use that feature. The two things that I use this for the most, the things that I appreciate this thing for the most, is number one is its capability of charging and reviving batteries. I don't even have to set it on anything. I just take the battery, put it in there, and it'll either discharge it or recharge it or do whatever it needs to do. It uses all of those numbers, all of that information to do what it needs to do to get your battery back to what it needs to be. And I really, that's what I use it for the most, right? Charging batteries. But the fact that it's taking care of them and charging batteries that all my other chargers couldn't charge, right there alone, again, like I said, it paid for itself just by doing that. But the second thing that I use it for is it has a grading mode. And so if you hold down the mode button, you can switch between the different modes. And if you go to the grading mode, what that does is you put the batteries in and it will charge them full, and then it will completely discharge them, and then it will charge them back to full. Now, disclaimer, it does take a long time for that to happen. Hours, takes multiple hours for that to happen, for that all to take place. But once it's done, fully charging it for the second time, it will tell you how many milliamp hours that battery truly has. And so I had AAA batteries here. On the batteries themselves, it says that they are 800 milliamp hour batteries. So these are 800 milliamp batteries. I graded a couple the other day, and the one was 795 milliamp hours, so it's very close to that 800. And then the second one was 789. So it's a little bit less than that first one, but still very healthy. It still has most of its charge left in it. It was one of my older AA battery or AAA batteries. And so it makes sense that it's a little bit weaker, but it's not weaker by much, right? It still has most of its life left in it. And having that information really is helpful, because I make sure to put my best batteries in the equipment that I need access to, right? I don't want batteries dying and things that I need to use all the time. The other thing is, when the batteries are weaker, those are the batteries that I set aside, and I'll put those in my kids' toys, and I put them in things that don't matter, right? And so again, that feature alone makes this worth the money, in my opinion. Like I said, I bought this with my own money with the intent that if it didn't work, I was going to return it. I've been using it for 6 months. It's charged all sorts of different batteries. It charges 18 650s, 26 650s, 14 500s. So essentially all of my flashlight batteries, AA's, AAA's, basically all of the most common batteries, rechargeable batteries. This is going to charge. And it charges all of the batteries that I use, right? All of the batteries that I need charged, this will charge it. I don't even have to think about it. I just put them in here, and I know that it's going to take care of them. And that alone, it's so nice. I appreciate it, because these batteries aren't cheap, right? And the fact that I have so many extra is because I own this. Right? I know that this charger is going to take care of these batteries, so this isn't a lost investment to me, right? Having all of these rechargeable batteries is a safe investment, because I know that this is going to take care of them, right? If I still had my old chargers that wouldn't charge batteries and I had to throw them away, it probably wouldn't be worth having all of these extra batteries. But because I know that this is going to take care of them and it's going to save my investment of the batteries, it's worth having. Now, there are some things that I want to point out. The first one is the instructions. The instructions seem big, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. That is not true. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has 11 different languages. Okay, so the information that you get is just this single panel right here. This is it. This is all the information that it has. The English is this one panel right here, and that's it, right? They are good instructions. It tells you how to use the buttons. It tells you what all of the numbers are. It tells you what the internal resistance is. It tells you what the voltage dial. It tells you what everything is, but it doesn't tell you anything about it, right? Like, why do I care about the internal resistance? Why do I care about all of these numbers? They're not in here, but that's what Google's for, right? You can Google why do I need to know the internal resistance? Well, the internal resistance will tell you the health of your battery. Well, how does it tell me the health of my battery? Like, what should the internal resistance of a AAA battery be? And you can go as deep into the weeds as you want. And the display here will give you all of the information you need so that you can go as deep as you want. You can have every single piece of information on every single one of your batteries if you want. You can keep track of them down to every minute little change because of the information that this thing gives you, which again is I really like, because most battery chargers just have like 4 blinking lights, right? And then when this one's blinking, it's less than 25. And when this one's blinking, it's less than 50, less than 75. And then fully charged is when all 4 lights are on, right? And that's all the information that they give you. Sometimes it's just a red light. And then when the red light turns green, then you know that it's full. This gives you a lot of information. You can learn a lot about your batteries if you're willing to invest that time. Grading them is very handy, like I said. The other thing, so the rule book gives you all the information you need but nothing more. Anything extra you want to learn, you're going to be on Google. The second thing I want to say is I thought I broke this thing at one point because it's a USB-C cable, so any USB can go in, not any USB-C. It's a USB-C. If you have a cable that's USB-C to USB-C, it will not work with this battery charger. I don't know why, I don't know how it can even tell, but it has to be a USB-A to USB-C. And that is very important because, like I said, I thought I broke my battery charger. I was going to buy another one because, again, I like it so much. I don't want to be without it. And so I was going to buy another one, but I tried the cable that came with it and it worked. And so I was like, what? It only works with the one that came with it? And so then I started testing other cables. And again, if it's USB-C to USB-C, it didn't work. But if it was USB-A to USB-C, it worked every time. And so you don't have to use the cable that is included with it. It comes with a cable and a wall wart. It works best with the cable that comes with it, according to the instructions. But any USB-A to USB-C will work. But again, USB-C to USB-C does not work. I don't know why. I don't even know how it can tell the difference, but it can. And so with those two things in mind, now that you know them and you are aware of them, I really, really like this thing. Again, affiliate link in the description box down below. Like this video if you appreciate me talking about stuff like this and have hopefully saving you guys some money so that you're not rebuying batteries, saving you some time by not having to buy different chargers. This one charger will do most of everything you need it to do. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I cannot wait to see you on my next video.